What is going on, guys? It is Lego Nation. All day, you know how we do it in here. It's all about us. And in this one, you can see it on the screen, right? I mean, the Timberwolves are beating us 79 to 63. Um, this game is over. Technically, it's not over, but it's over. I'm watching the entire game, and it's just not it. And there's so many reasons as to why that is. I'm gonna go over those reasons. But let's go ahead and just call it how it is. This is not it. This was a pretty embarrassing loss because of the fact that there was no effort. And I understand that this team has faced a lot of adversity. I understand that there have been COVID protocols that have been messing us up. I get that. And I get the injuries that have been on our team. I get all of that. But that shouldn't change the fact how you should go out and put in effort. That is your job, to play basketball and put in effort. But I'm not seeing it whatsoever. I'm not seeing the effort whatsoever. What I am seeing, though, is 16 turnovers, 21 of 54 from the field. See, when I look at the Timberwolves out rebounding us offensively, 10 to 1 so far, that's where the effort comes in. The Timberwolves are not better than us. They are simply playing better than us. There's a difference between the two. And the Timberwolves are actually playing with a sense of urgency. They're actually playing with effort because they understand, listen, we don't have Anthony Edwards. And we're on national TV. We gotta make a statement, you know? And the Lakers, I understand, like I mentioned before, all the injuries and adversity that they've dealt with. That doesn't give them that doesn't validate how they've been giving piss poor effort this entire game. But I'm gonna go over, some of the players, and I'm gonna call one player out. One you may or may not like. It really depends on, what you think of him. But let's start off with LeBron James. I think he's played absolutely trash this game. Honestly, you could look at the stats and you could look at the game, and they kind of match in the sense that he's played like trash. You know, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 turnovers, 4 fouls. It's like, what are you doing? You're not being aggressive. You're not putting in 100% effort. We all see it. LeBron's probably putting in like 20, 30% effort with the way he's playing. And my thing is, why are you even on the court if you want to give this piss poor effort? I understand you're turning 37 in a couple weeks. I get all of that. Now, if you want to load manage and try to find a way to, limit your minutes or whatever the case is, there are other ways to do that. But the prerequisite should always to be give effort. And I understand he's not going to drop 30 every game. I am not asking him to drop 30 every game. I'm not asking him to be the best player on our team every single game in the regular season. What I'm simply asking is, you're the best player on our team. Act like one. Be like one. Be a leader, set by example, and don't go out into Minnesota, a team that you choked a lead against and had an embarrassing loss last time you guys had faced them, and then you're going to play like this. You're playing with piss poor effort. No defense. You barely, you weren't aggressive at all. All he kept doing was passing or being lazy with the ball. You saw in the first few possessions he had a turnover. I mean, right then and there, I knew what the game was going to be like, essentially. And LeBron is not, he doesn't care. He doesn't care about this game. And all I have to say is, it's disappointing because, we're trying to build some momentum, right? We've won 3 in a row. We're 16 and 13. And, especially without AD, I'll get to him in a second, you would expect a little more sense of urgency from LeBron, but it seems like he just doesn't care enough. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, this is season defining, or, oh, this is all LeBron's fault. But this game is LeBron's fault. And I'm just going to sit here and say that, LeBron, you better know what you're doing long term. Because this game ain't it, and we're primarily losing because of you. We could say, well, we don't have Kendrick Nunn, Ariza, Malik Monk, Dwight Howard, Austin Reeves, and somewhat of Anthony Davis. But the fact of the matter is that the Timberwolves also don't have Anthony Edwards. So LeBron should have been able to at least play good enough to let us be in this game, but we're getting blown out by 20, and it just hit the end of the third quarter. So that's my thing. LeBron, you're playing like complete garbage. And I'm sorry for the people that love LeBron, that defend LeBron like no other. You know, you gotta call it how it is. And I am a diehard Laker fan. Literally, look, LeBron's jersey's right there. I think LeBron's an all-time great, but you gotta call it how it is. And LeBron is not playing the way he should be, and he should be held accountable. Well, let's go over to Anthony Davis, because I know a lot of people are gonna be on him after this game. The first thing that comes to mind, honestly, it's sad. Anthony Davis, when he first came to the Lakers, we knew what kind of caliber player we were getting. And then it's slowly, last year was okay, this year it's, maybe even worse, right? Don't let the stats deceive you. He just keeps getting hurt. I mean, he literally cannot catch a break. I don't know what to say anymore about it, I mean, those injuries that he suffered, the knee injury, the ankle injury during this game, that was unavoidable. Any player in Anthony Davis's position would have gotten just as hurt as AD did. And now we're sitting over here, AD, he gets an ankle injury, right? He misses like a good amount of the first half. He comes back. He tries doing something about it. And then he injures his knee because LeBron shoves his defender into AD, essentially. It's just sad. And, I'm going to make a separate video about AD, but just thinking about AD's, time with us so far. It's sad. And I that's all I could say about it. I would want to say, oh, AD doesn't look right or whatever the case is. It's just sad. That's all I have to say. A couple other players I wanted to note were Westbrook. I thought he played, whatever. I mean, I don't think we're losing because of Westbrook. He's the only one that tried doing something in terms of aggression, in terms of running with pace. So I'm not going to hold it against Westbrook. And Kent Bazemore actually made some shots, so that's surprising. But what I'm just saying is, this COVID stuff, it's really screwing with us. Physically, mentally, spiritually, it's just unfair to us, to the rest of the league, that this is the kind of situation that the NBA is in which, COVID protocols essentially screw up your team's momentum, your win streak, your rotations. I mean, Frank Vogel has had an extremely hard job that no other coach would be able to do. Like, I guarantee you, if we hypothetically got another coach, we would still be in the same situation. Now, I don't want anyone pointing the blame to Frank Vogel, because he is simply not deserving of the blame. And another player I actually wanted to talk about, the only positive I took away from this game for the Lakers, really, was Isaiah Thomas. Somewhat similar to Carmelo Anthony, I don't believe that he should have ever been kicked out of the league. I understand he's a defensive liability, but to say that everyone in the NBA currently is better than IT, that was ridiculous. The fact that he was even out of the league, ridiculous. Because I guarantee you, he could have came off the bench and played some good minutes every now and then at least. This was an MVP candidate we're talking about who averaged 29 points with the Celtics. I'm just glad he's back. But overall, this game, this loss, we just need to move on. I mean, that's all there is to it, because, you had AD who suffered 2 injuries. You had LeBron playing like complete garbage. You had COVID protocols with a bunch of players. And it's just disappointing, because the NBA is not, in my opinion, is not doing enough for these players, for these teams. As soon as the Lakers get some kind of momentum, a 3-game win streak going, they already get screwed over with all these COVID protocols. And then to add salt to the wound, AD gets hurt twice. That wasn't even his fault. No one can control that. So, I don't know. I mean, just move on to the next game. Because if you hold on to this game and just let it affect you moving forward, they're not going to be winning many games moving forward. But that's all I have for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. Comment down below what your guys' thoughts were on the Lakers losing once again to Minnesota. And subscribe for more. Alright guys, peace out and go Lakers.